Hi, welcome to 10 Essentials with me, FLIN. And this might be familiar to you because this is a format I think GQ is doing, but with less background noise of neighbors and in the studio. And actually the format when I watched it on YouTube, I always felt like, oh, what would I take? Will I one day be invited there? I really want to do this. I want to have the feeling. I want to, just something about thinking about 10 things you really need or want to have or like, and then presenting them in this way. It's just something that's very appealing to me. And so today I thought, well, I have my own YouTube channel now. And also 2 cameras today. As you can see, one is a little bit more far away. So if it sometimes looks like I'm not really looking at the camera directly, it's because I'm switching between these 2. But right now I like this one more. Hopefully it's also amazing in the edit then. And yeah, so I thought we just do it ourselves. I can just do it. I have 10 things here. I just spontaneously today, I wanted to pick them very spontaneously, so only really the things that come to my mind are selected. And disclaimer before we call it 10 essentials or 10 things I can't live without. But I mean, be true here. The only things I can't live without is probably water, food, shelter, and love. So if you're here for these things, these are the 4 essentials that I need to survive. But these are 10 things I either use daily, use a lot, they're very dear to me, or yeah. So we start with the first thing. First things are very easy. This is not my actual phone because this is recording currently, but this is a very old phone of mine. But just so you know, my phone and my laptop, I kind of put it together because this symbolizes kind of the work I do at the moment, music, recording, video editing, filming footage, social media, all of these things. That's the reason why I use these a lot. But this one also kind of a tricky thing as well, because here also I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of, and this may be a secret, whenever I fall asleep, I still have this laptop with me. Not always, but when I'm at home. And I watch a video to fall asleep to, and I have a timer on here, so it goes off after a certain amount of hours, so I don't sleep through the whole night with the video on. And also I have make some extra apps, so you can make the what's it called, screen, the monitor, really dark. So yeah, I think I started out as a child with listening to cassettes, if that's an English word, German one. It's the German word for that, but I just try to translate it in English. And then CDs, and I guess now it's YouTube. And also, just watching anime, just like the movie series, YouTube experience is also, done with this. So on to the second one. The second one, digital to analog, is my notebook. This is very universal. I use it for writing song text. I use this for brainstorming. I use this for writing down gaming theories and things I want to do. I use it for job interviews in the past. I use it for just journaling if that's needed, for the day. So I always have one of these around with a pen attached. So you never know when creativity strikes, and you never know when you need to write something down. The third one is my mixer. It's just been used, that's the reason why it's a little wet still. But, I drink a lot of shakes, which is, people from the Twitch stream know that. And when I'm in a diet, when I'm eating, when I'm bulking, this thing gets used even more. So that's an easy pick, an everyday item I use, and something I technically really don't want to live without, because I really do like the shakes, and I'm not the biggest eater in terms of I can eat a lot, so I just drink it. while we're in the kitchen, we stay in the kitchen. This is this is not an advertisement for these kind of cornflakes, but man, no matter what I do, if I'm dieting, if I'm on vacation, whenever I get my hands on these, the happiness they give me when I eat them in the morning is insane. Why is that? I don't know. I've eaten them since childhood, really. My mom jokingly said one time that she was like, well, this is the biggest mistake I did, making you addicted to these. It's a joke. But I don't know. There's always room for a little chocolate in your life. And this is my happiness in the morning. The next thing is kind of a substitution for a broader thing, and it's just a little microphone for your phone, right? Some of you may saw this in the stories somewhere, and obviously everything of this is not paid or sponsored or anything, just the stuff I use. And this is a substitution for sound in general. Since I'm a studied sound designer, sound for me is very important to, even if you just do a story, quickly put a microphone on it, sounds way better, makes me happy. And now I have a little setup going which makes it possible for me to have good sound wherever I go, like either now for the camera or in the stream or for a potential podcast or for your phone. Back to analog things, and you're asking yourself like, Flynn, there's nothing here. Well, because this is about my jewelry, right? My rings, I consider my watch jewelry as well for this purpose. And it's not like, it's so expensive and I like the bling. It's the opposite. It's the way I took the time and searched for cheap things, what makes sense to be cheap, where do I want to have a little bit more money, but still there's not a lot of value here. I take a lot of pride in collecting or finding the cheapest, but also best quality option. I feel like I made a good steal, you know, when I find something like this. And my two watches I wear, you see me regularly wearing in the videos, are part of that too. I went back to analog watches I felt like, when I started my second studies in business administrations, I felt like I need to express my inner artist more. And so the jewelry came and the style of my clothing changed, and it stayed here today. And also this ring, the left one, is more like for me, it's more like, it's symbolized like Norway in a sense, because it's a little bit, I think it looks a little bit like some Viking markings, but that's very far-fetched, so it's just my thing. And the right one portrays the Great Wave of Kanigawa. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's a very, very famous, probably the most well-known, I don't know, at least for casuals, painting, or it's not really a painting, but I'm missing the right term, of Japan. So that's what what it stands for and what I want to wear with me. And it's like a little detail, but it, portrays my character traits in the countries I like the most, a part of my own, while being jewelry. If we talk about looks, we have to talk about my hair too. I will not show you the brand on here too prominent, but this is basically just, hair product. My hair has it, as you see, my hair is standing up today like a Super Saiyan, I feel like. And since I lost the bet in school when I was 16, until I was 16, I had pretty long hair, like the typical Justin Bieber face. A lot of the boys went through back in our time. And I made a bet with a girlfriend of mine of this time, and I said, if I don't get double-digit points in geography in the final test, you can decide which hairstyle I'm gonna wear. And I was so confident that I get double-digit points. If you don't know the German point system, a good grade. That I went into the final oral exam, which was a presentation, and you had to get your task just shortly before that, and then you have to talk about whatever that topic is. And I was so confident. I got the paper, I looked at it, and I put it away, because I knew my teacher gave me the exact topic I was best at, and I was like, I don't need it. The teacher who was in the room with me, in the preparation room, was like, you don't want to prepare? Or I was like, I know everything. I'm never like this, but in this, I was so confident, somewhat, that I went into the presentation, and in the first task, I got 15 points, like the max, and the second, I got 0, because I was totally off topic. I confidently went into the wrong direction. So all in all, I got 7 points, which is less than double digit, and hence the reason why I have this hairstyle until today and this stuff in there to keep it up, because I don't like to feel my hair, if you know what I mean. You know, I like it when it's just set and done. Back to sound stuff. Listening to sound is also important for me in my job. And I've been using these for a long time now, and I've used them for everything, from work to producing music. I think the least thing I do with this is listen to music casually. You know, I almost exclusively use these for work-related stuff. I make it in quotes because I don't consider music my work, but you know what I mean. And when I listen to music in private, I'm just rocking the good old AirPods. The first version, still, battery life is horrendous in terms of like how it's been in the beginning. Like I felt like I could go a whole day without charging these. Now it's like 2 hours or something. But for the gym, for everything. And I know when I got them, I told my mom, I don't need them. I just use headphones I don't need wireless. Well, she just gifted it to me anyways. And I think this was the best gift I never wanted. Because since then I've never went without them. And I'm sad when the day comes when these really don't work anymore and I have to upgrade to some newer ones, because I think the fit in these and the iconic status, and also like the fit, I like the fit a lot. They don't annoy me, I can still hear my surroundings well enough. I don't need noise cancelling stuff. And I also like to check or to listen to unfinished tracks on these too, because I feel like this gives me the best representation of a broad user experience. You know, listening to this through phone speakers, through bad speakers, car test, very famous, and then through headphones and stuff, and better monitor boxes. A cushion. Simply my cushion. This goes into the category things I can't live without, or I don't have a lot of comfort without. And a few years back, when I rearranged my room, I think, I never cared about sleep, right? In terms of where I sleep or on what I sleep. On the ground, hopefully a blanket. But then I looked into it, and I really went into a store with my dad and checked out like all the mattresses and whatever, and we really, somebody gave us advice and guided us through the whole process. And I selected this cushion, and special, it's not really special, it's just typical, maybe you see here's a little bit higher than here. This is where you lay. It's like very, it's very soft and like this memory foam kind of effect. Well, what was this? The memory foam? And since I have this, even if I take this sometimes on vacation too, and then I already sleep, like 70% of my sleep comfort comes from this cushion. Enough said, it's an essential. The last piece might be a little big. I went out of my way to pull it out of my studio. And here it is, my piano. It's a digital piano, so I also use it to, don't fall. I also use it to compose and make my music tracks and whatever. I'm playing the piano since I'm 2, self-taught, also a little bit of school. I'm not the greatest piano player per se, but I always say I never not knew that this is a C on the piano, right? And like, it's so natural to me that I feel like more of it as a good friend. You know, sometimes you get along, sometimes you don't. And I just, no matter how good or bad I play, this is not a thing here, right? It's just, this is part of my identity. Having a piano, playing it, you know, going through feelings with it, happy feelings, sad feelings. Also use it, I mean, this is now maybe a little bit, you know, private things, but that's what you're probably also here for. And your items, you know, everyday items, very well speak well for yourself. And in the past, I also used these to, you know, when I was mourning a death, let's say, I used to improvise music in order to kind of connect with the soul of the one who was dead. Maybe that sounds a little weird to you, but this was my way of talking to them again. And yeah, since, how to say, I had to do this very early in my life, I grew very, very attached to my piano, or a piano in general. Those were my 10 things, my 10 essentials, my 10 things I can't live without. By now you know that this is more like my comfort essentials, I would say. And, you know, I hope you like it. A little bit different than a normal type of video. It's not really like a podcasty feeling. But as I said, I wanted to do this video, and I think, you know, it might be fun to watch and to you know, get a little bit more a feeling for the stuff I use every day, and kind of a little view into my, a little bit of a bigger view into my personality. Maybe I forgot things. This list is also subject to change, since this is just the spontaneous things I picked this morning. So I'm not really, you know, not a lot of thought, just a lot of feel, you know, which items that would be. And one thing I want to say, which is not a thing, but something I definitely can't live without, as I said in the beginning, is love and friends, good company, and, you know, also reflecting with myself, which is also a good, you know, which is kind of a little hint with the book I had in the beginning, the notebook. And it's just something I want to say as well, because I think that's also very dear to me. And before this video ends, I mean, all of you are becoming more and more a part of, like, an essential part of my daily life. So I wish you all an amazing week, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and we see each other next time.